Hi there, Taurus, and anybody else tuning in. Welcome, welcome. We're here. We are continuing the series of the full moon in Taurus video series. This is for the eclipse, and it is going to be in a little bit of time. We've still got some days ahead of us. We're currently at the first quarter stage of the moon cycle. Actually, today, as we're filming this, November 11th. So, yeah, but we're on here with the sign of Taurus. Let's begin here. We've already done Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Pisces. These signs have been posted and they are in separate videos. They were rather intense. We ended up sort of taking some time to finish those number of signs up. Let me get the links though to, I'll send you the link, let's say, to, I'll put this in the chat since wait for some people to shuffle in regardless. Let's clear the energy and ground. Welcome, welcome guys. Hello, hello. That's one link there. And I've got another link. Let's clear the energy and ground. Which reading is that one there? I'll put in the first video of the series is the one that I've just posted there. So, yeah, let me type that as well. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're all doing lovely. We're here with you, dear Taurus.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock, Taurus. Taurus is like, I know now. I'm an earth sign. I almost go to your fire sign. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, we'll take it as a clue. You guys, yeah, there is obviously a focus here on your archetype. Unusually so. This is your full moon. Taurus is in your sign and it's an eclipse. So I recommend to look back, okay, about 6 months. If you really want to really get into it, look back 6 years and keep your eye out for the next 6 years. I hear that as well. We have the King of Wands in reverse, and whoa, I just saw the King of Wands. I didn't quite see the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have a pair here. They're dueling out. Let's get into it, Taurus. You have some very exciting turns here that you're making. I hear it like this, and wow, some of you are courting somebody royally. King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, right? There's something here that you want done and you want it done. I'm hearing right. The third queen. Oh, okay. Well, it's saying that we pulled 3 queens. We pulled the Queen of Wands twice and the Queen of Pentacles, is the third queen here. Third queen pull. Wow, these cards know Taurus. Emperor upright. You're not joking around. Ace of Swords upright. Some of you realize who you want to be with. I hear that for the long term, for the long haul. This is for some. For the long term. I feel like what we just pulled the Justice card here, Taurus, sitting next to you side by side, the Queen of Pentacles upright. What I'm getting is that Taurans will be almost indefinitely investing in their future here around this time. What you sort of lay the groundwork. Taurus. We pulled the fourth queen. Well, the third queen, but the fourth queen in general. Queen of Swords in totality. Ace of Swords mirroring one another. Some of you here are on the brink. I hear it like this. On the verge of mastering your story. I hear it in this way. Some of you want to say some things to somebody though. It's almost like the communicative aspect or the strategic or legal side is what remains. For some of you, it's what remains. You guys have something that you're even possibly working on here. I see the Queen of Cups now in reverse there, Hierophant in reverse. Some of you possibly wanting to marry a water sign. I just hear that. You have the Seven of Cups upright. Some of you here are you want to this person. You want to be with this person, the Six of Cups and the Page of Cups. For some of you, this could be a cross-watcher energy. Definitely, if you are dealing with a Taurus, this is a general video, but I'm getting in general, let's clear it. Yeah, in general, they are really wanting to reconnect with you. Seven of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Somebody wears glasses here. That could be a particular message. Let's clear the energy. Let me share this link to Twitter so people know that we're here. Let's clear it. Okay. Now, okay, this is so funny because I went to go post this, and what posts up on Twitter is it's a video of people in like Scottish Celtic skirts, and this is what came through in the Pisces reading. Okay, and we were saying Pisces, if you are dressed wearing If you dress like that, okay, then they're safe kind of vibe. That was the reference we made. Some of you here have met somebody. Pisces, if you are dating a Taurus, they could be, I'm hearing your mate. I hear that. Ooh, Chariot in reverse right there. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This person wants, they want the long term. Let's say it like that. They're not messing around. They're not joking. I hear it like this is a general video, but yeah, they're thinking they have that in the back of their mind. This is for some of you. They're literally thinking like, how will it be? Three Cups upright. They're playing it off, you guys, very, very, very lightheartedly with you. It's nothing compared to what they want with you down the line. For some of you, you're dealing with a Taurus who's great at pokering. Yeah, poker facing. Yeah, Seven of Swords, right? Pokering around. I hear it like that. In the sense, I feel that this is more like in terms of how they handle the connection with you. Yeah. So, by the way, I'm channeling here. And so the messages that come through, it's channeled. It's not always like, let's say that I'll read one card in the same way. So it's just more like the energy that I feel around it as well is what I communicate. Yeah. Some of you, they want it. They want you. I'm hearing you like this. They want to be with you. So they may have some Libra on their chart. Aquarius, I hear that as well. Virgo, I hear that as well. They're a perfectionist possibly when it comes to how they present, especially if there is a Taurus and a water sign. I hear it like this. Hierophant here with the Queen of Cups. They're embarrassed. What's this about? They're a little bit nervous. Oh, they're very high standard. This is for some. Page of Swords when it comes to how they communicate. It can be to their family, their friends, maybe, or in general. They may come off as a sort of like commitment energy phobe type of situation, but they don't even really necessarily like, this is something that they are hard of hearing. Like, it's like when you start talking about emotional things, it's like they suddenly like, maybe they drop off of the conversation. Like they don't necessarily like, circle back on everything there. I don't know what that's going to. Maybe like you've had certain conversations that just kind of like, they didn't really fully climax. Eight of Wands upright and the Ace of Cups upright. We're talking about matters of the heart here. In terms of physicality, oh my. Okay, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of passion, and there's a long history. The Hangman coming through right there. Ten of Cups, they want to take you to the family. So for some of you, this is just, what's coming through. Doesn't mean that it is obviously, this is a moment of realization. I'm hearing also forgiveness. Maybe they realize that they've been very shady. I'm hearing that at times with you. Like, they maybe treated you, for some of you, they were maybe very immature. Like, and they realize, like, you guys, they were very immature, and they realize I'm being very immature. I hear it like this. I don't know what that is for everybody. Two of Cups. For some of you, okay, wow. I'm hearing Sagittarius here. The Devil upright came through, preceding the Two of Cups in reverse, preceding the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is the incoming energy. Some of you here, this person had a really hard time getting close to you. And this energy may resonate 6 months down the line, and we're going to go ahead and say it 6 years, okay, because this is an eclipse. So there are things here that they realize they want to like maybe release so that they can fully reconnect with you. There is maybe even a workaholicism, is what I'm getting for some. A workaholicism, yes. Especially if they have a lot of earth in their chart. Oh, they're in love. Oh, no, Taurus. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. They're absolutely, okay, expialidociously in love. They want to be with you, and it's not funny anymore. I hear that maybe they're having a moment. The world, well, they want to maybe master something here with you. Even they fuck. Okay, Ace of Wands upright. They want it all with you, baby. Oh, 10 of Wands. They're practicing. This is for some. Yes. Okay. The Star is in reverse. The World is upright. The Moon is in reverse. They are at a point possibly where they realize I am willing to be everything you need. I hear it like this in their mind's eye. Again, remember that this is a full moon reading, so you might want to sort of circle back to this video down the line. Yes. So Taurus or cross watchers. I feel like this is a heavy cross watcher reading. It does sort of, it reminds me of the Capricorn November reading, and yeah, that reading was very interesting. Let me get the link to that. They may have a lot of Capricorn in their chart. We did pull the Devil upright, King of Pentacles in reverse. This is a matter of confidence. I hear this as well. Yeah. And so maybe somebody was kind of treating somebody like in a certain way. They realized, wow, they had an epiphany. Like, that's not how, yeah, they realize, okay, they realize that's not how they want to treat you. They realize that that's not accurate. I hear that as well. It's not realistic and it's not romantic. I hear that, or it's just not really what they're feeling. So when it comes, yeah, they're mastering something here with the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Devil upright. It can be, though, like prioritizing work because it's so-called easier. Like I see somebody here who has been prioritizing their work, their career, their so-called success because it was simpler than addressing the emotional storyline. Two of Cups in reverse, mirroring the King of Pentacles in reverse. This person may have realized that, there's something that triggers this because they realize that, well, they're falling in love. This is for some of you, or they realize that you are way more deep than just kind of like wanting them for the material matters, and that they realize that they need to kind of ascend when it comes to emotional storylines here. The Father Cups upright, Ace of Pentacles upright. Now, it's all relative. What I'm getting is that they are feeling this. They are feeling the stimulation. I don't really think that it's something that someone has said necessarily or walks away with the idea of. I don't know what that's going to. Like, I don't think there was like a threat, but you take it as you will. They felt a threat, maybe indirectly. Tower in reverse. Something changed here. They are realizing that they have way more to lose than to give. Oh, okay. They have a lot to lose. Like, well, in other words, in a simple way, they realize your worth, but like, I feel like they always have. I think this is more just a matter of how they simulate with that feeling, with that emotion and that experience that they want to have with you. For some of you, they are madly, deeply in love. They want everything with you. It's not just like emotion. It's not just like you guys, they want to make love with you. They want to have a family with you. There's a baby, all of this. Queen, let's put all of this. But they've had a really hard time like making up their mind. Maybe they weren't sure. There could be factors here that are involved, like, for example, there could be religion involved. I hear that with the Seven of Cups even upright. There's something that was maybe tainting their perspective. Like, I see a nose ring here, take it as you will. It's like, I don't know if I want this kind of piercing or that kind of piercing or this kind of, I don't know. There's something going on with that. Like maybe this is you deciding on something, maybe even on an astral plane. It's like, what do I want? What do I want? It's like they realize that the King of Cups then comes through like, this is the real deal. I hear it like this. Like they really want you. And maybe these are the experiences they've had in the past. It's almost like they're coming to this point of kind of, again, I keep hearing like that was like realizing that you're real for them, and maybe that you're really there for them. Maybe that you are, they're relieved by this. Ten of Swords in reverse on the Ace of Swords in reverse. They are actually extremely impressed by you, and they feel, again, I'm hearing like this, that you are the one. They want to love you. Whoa. I'm hearing this is a really important decision. I haven't seen these two cards yet, but I feel like whatever this is something that they have to call out with you. Okay, the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Two of Pentacles upright. They have acted in a way in the past that was unsatisfactory, and they know that. For some of you, they actively held you in a state of not knowing how they felt about you. For some of you, they actively maybe even made it seem like they had another option or that they weren't committed. This is for some of you, okay, at the detriment of this emotional sort of connection. And maybe they actively did that to avoid this emotional connection. So they know this. They know that this is not going to fly, and they know that this is inappropriate, actually, when it comes to what you really feel with one another. Maybe they kind of even feel ashamed by that. Let's clear the energy and ground down the right side of the body entirely. Down the right side of the body, through the root chakra, down the feet even, ground it, clear it up the crown chakra and back down. For some of you here, they are in love with you, and they realize that this is not realistic. I hear it again. I'm hearing this is cheap currency compared to what they want to manifest with you. We have the Two of Pentacles upright. They have a lot of love, in other words, for you, Taurus. The two are vice versa cross watchers. It absolutely, obviously, is reciprocal. This is them maybe even trying to understand what it is that they feel for you. With the Two of Pentacles upright, there could even be the sensation, though, of like, kind of like maybe even friend zoning. So for some, though, I realize that they may have, Two of Swords upright. All right, on the 10 in reverse, on the Ace of Swords in reverse. They realize, let's clear, on the 10 of Swords in reverse, on the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Two of Swords. They realize that, let's clear the energy. Maybe they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed that they ever like didn't commit to in the first place. You know those moments where you're like, shoot, I already acted like I didn't want this with them. It's like, now what? You know, it's like something possibly like that. It's like you want to kind of backpedal a little bit, and there's a little bit of a confusion when it comes to how it is that you're going to sort of synchronize with this epiphany with this experience. Two of Swords reverse square. It's like, actually, I want it. I'm hearing that. Oh my, yeah. High Priestess in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse. So we're going to get into this in a second. Let's clear it. Yeah. Well, you guys, they have a realization. it's not really a realization. They're kind of feeling afraid. They feel kind of redundant with you. Maybe they realize that they're afraid of maybe boring you. Maybe they feel they've given you the wrong impression. Like, I know this isn't like really a good way to handle this. This is somebody possibly, I'm willing to bet you, they haven't had a number of experiences with relationships in the past that were really, I'm hearing grand novels. I'm hearing grand novel tales. I don't know. It's more like something different. Like, are you vegetarian? Oh, okay, me too. Like, actually, I eat meat. Anyways, like, they're not really, they didn't have like a deep conversation or connection where they had to sift through the emotional, the heart chakra space. This is hard, but they know that they really feel some kind of way about you. I feel like it's like somebody has purposely blindfolded themselves here with the Two of Swords, while knowing that it's not about understanding, but that it's about connecting to the moon. I feel like they've actually challenged themselves. For some of you, they've actively held themselves back from engaging with you. This is in the past. I'm feeling you, take it as you will. This might develop more so 6 months down the line. And this is a journal video, so always remember that. But yeah, they're actively sort of like challenging the way that they define what it is that they feel with you, with the moon upright in the backdrop of the moon upright. The moon, yeah, they're intimidated, you guys, even by this. Okay, it's like, oh my gosh, like they purposely like kind of turn their head away. I even hear that. They kind of like, yeah, they avoided talking about certain things. Let's clear it on the right side of the body again. Wow, they're having activations. If we were to look at this from a more spiritual perspective, they were undergoing activations. Okay, they couldn't really connect with you, and their guides were, in a way, we'll say, holding them back from that. It wasn't appropriate, maybe at certain times, to sort of really, really see your potential. Even it's not really like them, it's that possibly it just wasn't appropriate timing, like in terms of even collective ascension. And if this is such a strong connection, it fits within the paradigm of the collective ascension process, right? So this is something that maybe, at a certain point, like, you come to realize, like, oh, they're not like turning me down because it's like something about me. There is, and this is again a general video, this is something kind of like very special, actually, and I feel that the process here is very sacred. So Taurus, like, you'll know really what this is. I feel like, it's not going to be, let's clear it again down the right side of the body. It's not going to be the type of thing where it's like you clearly realize this person is kind of treating you like trash. That's not the situation we're talking about here. We're talking about the situation where somebody, okay, let's clear it, somebody is acting kind of maybe more shy, but they're still sort of motioning towards, okay, maybe even if indirectly, like, let me give an example. Let's say someone just is very quiet, okay? Maybe just actually in general about many different things, okay? But they're still showing up in some sense, okay? Yeah, this is where there is a realization that there needs to be more communication. So maybe it's something of that nature. And I do feel that they're actively working on that. This is your clue. This is how you know this is your story. If this person is actively trying to make more effort when it comes to communication. If they're not, it's probably not the story. So, but take it as you will. We'll get further into the energies. Let's clear it and ground. If it's not, then it might be something that you're actively healing, maybe from clearing out and cutting cords with even. Getting very determined, right? When it comes to how you define. Yeah. Now the High Priestess in reverse, Two Pentacles reverse. Some of you hear, again, I hear it like this. This person was intimidated by you. But then it's very interesting because they have all these swords in reverse. I like that. I really like the Nine of Swords in reverse that has just come through alongside that Ten of Swords in reverse, alongside the Ace of Swords in reverse, with the mighty Ace of Pentacles upright. At least I see it in the sense that they are willing to acknowledge that they have something more to offer. Then, I don't know, well, what do you mean? Well, we'll see. Like, this is, yeah. They realize that this is also, I just got it, like, not really like the appropriate means, okay, of reaching the goal. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing the Super Bowl shot. I hear that with the Hangman, and yes, and I'm seeing the King of Cups here as well. This actually was on the ground. It was left over from the Aries reading, so which was very intense. There is, something they realized. No. There needs to be different conversation here, a different type of currency with the way that we're making sense of one another's storylines. Let's put a clue here. Let's put it on the right side of the third eye. They realize that they want to talk more. Maybe this is for some. I feel that this is like more. And feel free to check out the bonus November reading. I feel guided to mention this here. Like we have a video. It's on the channel. We've done it. It's a November series. It's a special video that we did. And we did it for October as well. It's for twin flames, partnerships, and singles for each of the signs. And so we have obviously done Taurus there. Feel free to reach that video if you feel guided. That's on the channel. There are playlists where you can check out the different readings. So let's clear it. If you're looking specifically primarily for love, and if you feel especially that this is maybe not hitting on your story, then that video might. Now let's get back to it. King of Cups and the Hangman. It's called November Special, I believe we titled it that. Twin flames, partnerships, and singles. There's like a number of those readings. Maybe at the end of this video I can grab that link. But let's get back to the energy. Yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse. Well, horizontal lid on the Ace of Pentacles upright. They are trying to be... Okay, let me say this though. That your clue as to what this is that there's an active, at least, conversation about the theme of communication. Yes, that's going to be your clue. Somebody here is a musician, I see that, or they got a lot of Pisces, a lot of Neptune. Oh, let's clear it. So they could be a singer-songwriter. Ooh, Three of Pentacles on the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, give me a second here. This person, even if they don't tell you this, is in the back of their mind. They may be paranoid that you have somebody else, or that you are with somebody else. Or this is maybe like a latent, like way back end. Okay, subconscious. This is like, let's clear it. It's a subconscious concern of rejection, possibly the fear. Yeah. On this, we got the Lovers in reverse and the Seven of Cups upright. Like, for some of you, this person was like, it's easier just like not to commit because like in the back of their mind, it's like, what if I get rejected? What if they do this? What if they do that? Like, And that's what is fading. For some of you, this is the ancestral energies. Let's clear it, that are not appropriate in this context. Like some of you, someone is going to realize in a massive way that they don't need to fear the connection. This is for some. The Star upright. Queen of Swords upright. This is for some of you, like, they need to come to their senses, like, but not like the literal, like, senses. This is more the flow state of saying, I believe in love. I'm hearing that song by Cher. Do you believe in love after love? I feel like this person may have written off at a certain point, like, love in general. Like they kind of said, oh, well, this is like not something that I want to be vulnerable in the space of. Like, there's something here. I'm hearing tick, 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 the High Priestess and the Star. I'm seeing a gray cat here, like a gray black cat with a really bushy tail. For some of you, this is maybe something that is... There's something about your eyes. They see something in you. For some of you, this is someone who has not had a relationship in the past where they had an emotion like this for somebody and they're scared of this. This is for some. Let's clear it. I mean, think about it, right? If somebody is not really afraid of getting hurt, if you're not really like feeling very nervous, if you're just feeling like you got nothing to lose, okay, you're not gonna have a problem really kind of engaging with that person, right? I mean, really, like, let's think about it. People who avoid, who ignore, who resist, okay, there's something going on there, right? It's like, yeah, let's clear it. And then it can be on an astral plane as well. Five Pentacles in reverse. This is, they don't want to confront the karma. Take it as you will. Five Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. On the Five of Swords in reverse. But they realize, but they know that this is a very special connection. Basta. That's what they say in Italian. Like, period. Punto, finito, like that's that. Like no discussing and negotiating that. They are absolutely realizing that. The Six of Wands upright. But there still needs to be the follow-up. Like it's very easy to say, well, in a theoretical sense, like I get it, but I'm in love with Hermione Granger. But then there is like, the need to like actually act on behalf of that, of that persona. I'm hearing that is one that is actually felt. It's like, how do I show the world who I feel like I am inside? Wow. So this is a matter of the extroversion of their passion. They maybe have a Mars in a water house and maybe in an earth house. I hear that as well. Maybe they're used to, and it can be, again, I hear ancestrally, karmically, like channeling their passion in contexts that are more definitive in terms of like, maybe so-called like outward success, like reputation, the social diameters, of how you are participate in society, how you are seen by way of what you manifest, like physically, materially, financially, tangibly. Like that is something that's changing. Their perspective on how they're experiencing love here with you is different. It's changing. So that's really fabulous. It's not necessarily, I feel like it hasn't been something that was just like so easy and so simple. I feel like there's obviously like a lot to this, but there is more yet to come. I hear it in the sense of where this challenge brings you both in a really empowering, exciting, and inspiring way. Okay, where you feel like gratified even by what you've experienced. Yeah. So let's clear the energy. Yeah, even when it comes to family, this is a connection that is very karmic, you guys. Like, but I get it that there are things that once you master this, it's like you don't feel like you just fell back a few rungs. You feel like you really ascended, you really excelled, you made some damn progress. I hear it like that, and you know that this is the kind of connection where you don't turn back and think, what did I learn from that? No. You're not going to feel like you wasted your time. This is just what I'm feeling, but you always take it as you will. This is a general video, and you should always, obviously, consult your personal intuition, right? Always. That's number one. Yeah, this should be more like a confirmation for you. Hence, like, if it's not really clicking, if it's not really, like, clear to you what it means for you, then it's probably not the message. So just, yeah, try not to force it. And hey, you can view another sign as well, definitely, or another reading. Let's clear. Yeah, this is going to be very karmic, you guys. You got a family thing going on here. Like somebody will maybe have to confront matters. I see it as sort of like a chrysalis energy or a Russian doll sort of energy, where it's like there's one question within one question within one conversation within one conversation. There are many archetypes that are unfolding here. It's really actually beautiful. It's like I see the petals of a flower, sort of just kind of like, you know, fluttering around. You're going to clear so much karma with this person. This is what I'm hearing. You're going to transcend so much here with this person. There's a lot of growth to be had. And again, it depends on how you look at it. You know, it's like, well, I just wanted like, you know, a person that I can kind of like be like, you can have many different kinds of connections. I feel this is a connection where you are going to realize who you are actually possibly at your core. Does that mean it's easy? They're going to trigger the hell out of you at times. This is for some of you, or vice versa. And they maybe were very triggered when they initially met you. That's also possibly another clue. Yeah, because you made them slide out of their jammies. I hear that. Maybe they even felt like, oh my God, what's going on? Is she like fucking like, what's going on? Is she seducing me? Where's my hat? Where's my head at? It's like, yeah, this is for some of you. But the love is there. It's the love. This is for some of the 10 of cups upright on the king cups. And they're going to realize that. Maybe they go from a state of like not trusting. Oh, I don't trust what I'm feeling, to like, let me embody that and see how I feel. Let me own it. I hear that as well. And not try to deny it or put it on this other person. Like, oh, like you're making me fall in love with you. Or like, oh, like it's all you. Like you're the one who's in love, or you're in love, but I'm not, you know, all of that right there. Okay. Because how can we, yeah. So if somebody was like, I see somebody, let's make this clear. Somebody is acting maybe at a certain point, like they just want to be friends, or that they're not in love, when they actually are still showing up at the place, the time, the venue, the location for love. Yeah. This came through another reading. I think it was a Scorpio reading. Like, this is someone who's like, I'm not in a love. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not, but then they like show up at like the classroom that's like for like, are you in a relationship? Like couples therapy kind of vibe. Like, you know, let's clear. It could be a metaphor, obviously, right? Okay. The initial factor that I think really like clicked with this person and got them was obviously the physical connection. They see you the way they see you. They're turned on. That's all they realized. Obviously, there are different layers and further layers to transcend through when it comes to how they actually manifest with you. Oh my God, this person did not know what to do with their love for you. We're talking first physically, okay? Because love transcends through all senses, okay? It's not that love physically is like inherently so-called lusty, or just like, oh, you know, love transcends through the many ways that we just sort of express ourselves. So I see that they have a lot that they feel for you. I think that's the point. And what they maybe first realized, yeah, they first tapped into the emotional side of how they feel, but through the physical storyline, if that makes sense. Interesting. Like the heart chakra energies were definitely activated, but they weren't yet acknowledged. I hear it in this sense. Now, yeah, the sun, they were having an activation, you guys, with you. Is this for some? Again, that hangman coming through, the Hierophant on the page, one's bright. They even had a vision. It scared the holy bajolies out of them, you guys. They maybe even had, yeah, when they first met you, this is for some, they saw you too. I mean, I saw her in a white dress. I can't do this. I'm hearing that. I gotta go. Yeah, and it could be a metaphor, like what is so-called marriage? You could be married and not be married, and what is a vow, and what is this and that, you know? What are these things? It's intention. So, you know, you could be, you know, married in many different ways. You take it as you will, and not, right, vice versa. Then Page, Knight of Wands, right, Six of Pentacles. There is definitely a construct here. King of Pentacles in reverse. Listen, no, Six of Cups upright. They are realizing that there are many ways in which they feel deeply about you. That's what's troubling them, because maybe their paradigm of relationships is like, oh, I feel like, like it's like person A and person B, and like they're kind of have these compartmentalized emotions when it comes to how they feel that people connect to one another. Let's clear it. Honk right there. It's like they may be kind of like, they don't understand that, not because they're like not intelligent. Okay, no, what is intelligence? This is more like in terms of what they have been open to. Interesting. It could be something in their upbringing, but it can also be obviously ascensions and activations. This is a moment of awakening. I hear it like this. Now let's go back to it though, because what I'm seeing with the Hangman, the Knight of Swords in reverse, is that they wanted to share more with you. Okay, they wanted to share more with you, and they do, but they were not aware yet that you're the one. I hear it like this. Maybe they felt something very deep, but they just couldn't put their finger on it. So this is part of the pull, okay, to identify with what you feel, not just like kind of repelling it, okay, resisting it. Like I'm seeing someone who kind of it's like they smell something in the air. They smell something in the air, but it's almost as if they don't associate with it as something that they are realizing. Ooh, very interesting. But I see it more as like, how do we say this? I feel like this person, it's like they're emitting what they're feeling. Yeah. I'm seeing, yes, because even if, let's say, there is so-called resistance, but this person is still showing up. Let's call it, they're still showing up. There is that emotion, but it's not being owned. I hear it like that. This has to do with the active and versus the passive tendencies. Neither is better than the other. This is at least my belief. Yin and yang both have their blaze. Masculine, feminine, we all have those propensities. Those two, like, polarity matrix. Yeah, for some of you, they're even maybe intimidated by your archetype. Maybe if you are more masculine, more feminine, and they don't know how to handle that. It's like maybe they never met somebody like you who is maybe holding both frequencies in balanced states. I hear it like that, and maybe even alternating between the two at times. Take it as you will. This is something that, I'm hearing shamanic. Maybe you're a shaman. This is for some of you. Take it as you will. Nine of Pentacles are bright. The Three of Wands are bright. So maybe there are certain rhythms and patterns of thought that they didn't understand in the past, like could actually be possible when it came to the theme of love. I'm hearing, how can you have like those two things at once? I hear it like this. Oh, very interesting. Maybe they were brought up in a society. Let's clear it on the right side of the body again. Culturally, something like this where, there were fed certain truths that were set up to be considered lies, but not yet at this time. I hear it like that. Okay. So yeah, like maybe it's like, oh, like let's go. It's very rudimentary though. It's like men are supposed to be like this, and like first of all, who are men? Okay, let's go. And then it's like, well, females are supposed to be like that. And it's like, yeah, let's just clear it around. So love and light, but maybe that's just, and love and light to all, whatever it is. But I'm just saying that is playing a role in how they're operating when it comes to how they feel for you. I'm willing to bet that there is somebody here who is, the Queen of Wands upright is also, a feminine energy, but she's also masculine energy. Okay, frequency here that is projected, right? The Queen of Wands upright is a yang. We have a queen in that suit, as we do for every element, right? We also have a King of Cups, the masculine form of the yin water element, which is very feminine. So we kind of have these inherent sort of like symbioses when it comes to the energy space of love and attraction, polarity. And so the question of attraction, is very interesting now, because it's almost like you're fusing. Somebody here is fusing and representing. They're replicating the question of how two people can interact with one another, but as a unity consciousness message. Wow. As a union. Wow. Hold on. As a, how do we say, like as an even embodied as once again, as a unified story. So this is like, wow, they see you and they're like, whoa, she's literally embodying what I see to be as two separate individuals that are held in an extreme state to come together, and that they call that attraction. This is what is troubling them, and I feel like it's not trouble; it's attraction. That's why they're still here, but it's repulsion at the same time, because it doesn't quite make sense. It doesn't quite click to them yet, and that's okay. That's part of this activation and this ascension process. So for some of you, this is really important with the Queen of Wands upright and the Page of Wands upright, I think, is to see it as patience. This doesn't mean that if someone is treating you like trash, that you need to be patient with this person. This is not the situation, love and light. And if you're feeling disempowered, you got to get out of there. That's first. Yeah, let's clear it. And you might want to check out my other videos. I have a pick a card reading that is titled Warning. This reading is not for everybody. I just recently posted it. You can find it on the main channel page. Hopefully at the end, I'll post all of these links in the chat. But yeah, there is something that, yeah, they realize like you kind of are clicking. Maybe they realize that you're magnetized on your own. Like, and they're, yeah. And so maybe let's clear it again. They're really attracted, but it's not that, yeah, hence they're there, but they're there, but they're not like there, if that makes sense. Like, hence why they're still showing up, hence why they're still there, but they're not really fully there as they even say it. I feel that's because they're trying to understand it. So understanding in terms of not consciously like, let me go read that book. 1-800, like Dr. Phil, like, what do I do? Like, is it love? I don't feel it's really like literally like that. My sense and my hunch in this is more, kind of like an existential crisis of like, maybe even realizing that they're starting to question other things in relation to your connection. Okay, that's more like the realization point, if that makes sense. I don't see this person confronting this directly at first, but you take it as you will, this genre video. Yeah, I see it more as like an indirect thing. Like, this is more like, yeah, like, it's like they smell something in the air. It's like, you know what I'm saying? This is an activation. So they're realizing that something is changing. That's the point. Maybe they're not craving the things they used to crave in the past. Maybe they just don't have a sense for things in the past they used to have a sense for. They're just not where they used to be at. And that's what it is. Not because they've actually actualized that reality in sense of saying that I'm here and I'm not there anymore. It's like, I'm growing. I hear that. I hear that as well. This is very impressive, you guys. This energy. This is an eclipse. This is the eclipse in your sign, Taurus. Very impressive. Let's clear. Double upright. They've done a lot of work here. Double upright. Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like they've remained humble through this process. They maybe felt like, like I see like a puppy who feels like they don't know how to play really yet. Like with the other dogs in the playpen, it's like they seem all really big and like, really assertive and like they know how they're playing with the ball with one another. It's like, but I do see that the puppy is kind of looking like, I do want to join in though. It's like, they're just watching. They're just like watching from afar, and then they want to jump in. Knight of Cups upright. Like, yes. Let's clear. Strength upright. They're intimidated for some, but even by who they would have to be in that storyline. It's not just like you, right? It's all reflective. It's kind of like, to be with a woman like that, I would have to really like embody, okay, yeah, sure, like my so-called masculinity, but again, hence the reflection. I would kind of have to as well be just as balanced. It's not just feminine. Let's clear it. The Queen of Wands is not just like a feminine energy. Just like like as so-called, it's also especially taught in society. She resides on the premise of the masculine archetype of her sign, of her element. Like, this is, hence the tarot deck, right? Is the pair, King, Queen of Wands. And with all the suits, so even Emperor, Empress, it's like this person realizes that there's something much more, if you see what I'm saying. And it is an existential crisis. I'm getting that. The Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. They realize that on some level, you're pulling them through this ascension process. They realize you're also there for them. They realize you're a safe person, a safe space to be around. This is for some. They realize that you're not who they thought you were. Ooh, very interesting. Let's clear it. This could be on an existential plane. Maybe they're having dreams, having visions. Let's clear it on the right side of the body again. Oh my God. Right side of the third eye. For some of you, something is like, maybe there's something here decalcifying. Let's clear it. No, down the whole right side of the body. I feel like something is being pushed through. Yeah. It's something being like, definitely like kind of, I see something almost like, like when something is clogged and then you clear it out and it like sort of sputters out. That's what I'm seeing right here. And it's right around, like right here, the armpit, right around here. There's something here. I think those are also the lymph nodes. So take it as you will. Maybe their emotional immune system is strengthening. Now, to get back to it here for you, Taurus, this is, what I'm getting is that they've been watching you, but it's more indirectly, and to understand who they want to be with you, not like I think she's worth this kind of like situation. It's more like, what is he understanding of you, about you, that he's able to really make sense of, and to make something of. And it's really, I see it as a language. This is the language of love. Okay, it's a matter of how we understand this particular dialect between you two in the personal way that you guys experience it as one. This is for some of you. Okay, this is where you're really needing to be brave, maybe, where you say, well, love is a language and I learn it every time that I so-called fall in love. I'm not going to take my past experiences in. I'm not going to define, I'm hearing her based on her past. And and so I need to be open to that space, so that I hold that expectation with her as well. Where we're not, that I hold the expectation with her as well, where it's not going to be, you know, a sort of conditional connection. The Queen of Cups upright, that is true vulnerability, true transcendence. Some of you here, you want to love this person entirely as who they are, and this is what I'm hearing with the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Some of you are trying to make something work here. Maybe you want to even like introduce somebody to someone. I'm seeing a falling feather here. There's maybe somebody here who you want to even like, again, I'm here, introduce somebody to, like, you want somebody to meet somebody. It could be matters of family here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. That could be also more like an existential matter, where it's like, how do I meet these two paradigms in my mind together as one thought? How do I understand this within the context of that, her within the context of them? With the Queen of Pentacles upright, this is an archetypal energy, and it's going to be managed. I hear that. Ten of Swords in reverse, Page of Cups down. I think the main thing here, what is slowing the energy down is the past. Not like the past just in every moment, where it's like everything adds up, where, you know, it goes from like, shoot, I didn't say it like this one time. And that is held as almost like a cache. That's held as almost like a cache in the back of this person's subconscious, where it's like, shoot, I didn't say it. And they feel like, let's go. It's starting to define the way that they feel they're handling the connection with you. But that is not what it's about. And that also, I'm hearing that too will be cleared. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's kind of like a crescendo. For some of you, it's like, I see this person is like in the midst of singing their song, and you have to kind of just watch them. This is what I'm hearing. It's like, I'm watching him it's like watching somebody try to get out of a maze kind of energy. Yeah, it's not really up to you to like pass the baton over and on and act like you're a million other people to like make sure that, you know, he has it in hand. This is you not checkmating him at any point in the process, because he has to understand who he is actually, right? Because it's not about what he knows about himself. It's what he feels that he's brave enough to communicate and express in many different ways, that he needs to find the ways to understand. In other words, it's like, you can say, I love you. Anybody can literally learn English and say those words, right? Those three words. It's a matter of how you feel what you say. Okay. And so for some of you, they're understanding what that really is that's clear. Ooh, some pressure in the throat chakra. Let's go. They're scared. I'm seeing somebody who's scared. Actually, I'm seeing it in terms of energy. It's not like, you know, they're not like that, you guys. Okay. John doesn't look scared. He looks like he's always in his pajamas, just lounging around. No, it's a in the chakra system. I'm getting like, it becomes it's a constriction. Okay. It's like when they go near that, it's like it's unfamiliar. That's what it is. It's not actually even fear, because yet again, I don't feel this person has felt this way before. Hence, why it's not really a programmed emotion. So you are helping them understand how to experience this within the paradigm of your connection. That's good. Your culture, I hear that as well. There could be, like maybe the way I'll know is like, this person will kind of be like, hey, you're like teaching me things, you know? This is for some. Let's clear it. I'm going to get into the chat here. Hello, everyone. Welcome, guys. I hope you're all enjoying here. So let's clear it around. I literally see this person even like looking up in the sky, kind of being like, who am I? Okay. And then what does that make her? Okay. And we're not talking about gender, right? Okay. But we're talking about the energy. Okay. So what is what? We're talking really, actually, if we really strip it down to the archetype of masculine and feminine, for the sake of simplicity, to talk about this in 3D human earth terms. There are many different genders and polarities in different dimensions. We're talking primarily here when it comes to gender. There are many, though, ways in which we can complicate how that storyline feels like in this dimension as well. So in other words, okay, it's like masculine energy and feminine energy. We're talking about how we kind of dilute that to its solid state, where we're not feeling manipulated by it, the concept of it. What does it mean? Oh my God, to be like a masculine? What does it mean to like, what does it mean to be a man in society? What does it mean to be a woman? Oh my God, what does that mean within the context of like how they hold that stature up? How do they realize that what they feel? I don't know. Yeah. So this is like where we're not codependent on any other balance beam experience of that polarity with someone else. So in other words, if they identify as a certain energy element, that doesn't define me. It's not like you're more masculine because somebody else is more feminine, if that makes sense. Society programs it otherwise, to be otherwise, because that's easier. Because then you have things you need to do to feel like you're winning that race. It's not a race. We all have those two archetypes again. So this is very interesting, Taurus, because I feel like it's kind of like releasing paradigms upon paradigms of thought, okay, of how we've seen partnerships and relationships. Yeah, so there's really no like structure, interestingly, to how we stand in love. And yeah, this was somebody maybe who has a history of, yeah, and it's from their family or upbringing that kind of like, it's not like literally what they've like experienced. Maybe it's more what they have sort of like observed, maybe in movies and pictures, in their own childhood. Yeah, it's like in school, even in historical documents, I'm hearing that there must be some element of religion here that is involved. It's like, yeah, but I feel like they're open enough to at least realize, to see that there is not just that story. Okay, there isn't a single story when it comes to also love. My throat. Give me a second, you guys. Yeah. This person may have actually actively taken downtime from the connection. They may have retreated. They may have so-called disappeared at times in so-called silence. They were not ready to experience the connection in active 3D terms. This is what I'm hearing. It's almost like they kind of just like shuffled off stage, and they just kind of like, they went into hermit mode. They went into sort of a regressive state. I hear that, a passive state. They pulled out of the connection, which maybe at a certain point was a little bit like really uncomfortable because it seems like they're not there. Now, again, we got to, yeah, this is take it to all. Higher front of bright, emperor bright. If somebody is abusive, toxic, if you never even met them, and yeah, if they told you to like fuck off, we're not talking about that. Or if they told you clearly, hey, I'm not into this, like I mean, you got to take it as you will. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that's really. I'm thinking more like somebody who you've met. I'm feeling this is somebody you've met many times in 3D, physical, one-on-one, like with your human archetype. Okay, like yeah, let's clear. What is that? It's a parallelism on every plane. Who you are in like 3D is not like, oh, but I'm in a relationship with her on astral. This is not appropriate actually as well. This is manipulative energy, and that doesn't fly. And the universe and spirit knows that. Okay. Yeah. It's not like she just doesn't even know. It's like, no. If somebody has pushed you away, okay, this not twin flame to be like, yeah, no, I know that we're twin flames. This is bullshit. I'm sorry. Let's clear it. Baloney. Yeah. I'm channeling, and I'm being honest here, and I'm not hiding anything that is coming through, and that's something I'm hearing here, and I'm feeling guided to share that. That is absolutely 100% baloney. Twin flameism, so-called, is not a power play. Okay, you have to be ready to transcend. Okay, and that is really the point. Yeah. Okay, transcend what we think we're doing with this person. It's not like I'm waiting on this person. No. It's not waiting. It's a transcendence storyline. It's transcendence. It's growth. It's transformation. It's release. It's purging. It's not I'm waiting. No. I'm waiting for them to realize. No. Let's clear it. That right there is toxic. That is manipulation. That's probably a Pluto contact in the birth chart. Love and light, but definitely look at your synastry. Do you have a lot of Neptune contacts, Pluto contacts? It might be something like that. Okay, it might be something like that. Let's clear it. Is it a shadow work thing? I mean, it's about unconditional love. And again, I want to reiterate that I'm not talking about people who like have never met and like you think you're in a relationship with them. I'm just feeling really guided to say that. Yeah, I'm guided to say this here now, clearly. Queen of Cups upright on the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They really want to reconnect with you. They want to meet back up with you. They want to meet. And again, I'm not talking about like if what they said last to you, if what they said last to you was, I don't, and I'm talking in like a serious, yeah, hey, I don't want to like have anything with you as more than friends. You take that fucking seriously. Let's clear it around. Yeah, because I'm not tolerating that. Also, I'm just gonna say it on the channel where it's like you make an excuse for why you think it's okay to manipulate somebody on astral and be in meditation zones with them that you think are pure and of light, but it's actually manipulative, and you're trying to get them to like feel a certain way when they clearly told you they don't feel that way. That is karmic, and it is going to be taken and handled very seriously, okay, by guides. Yeah, because that's not cool. So you take what people tell you seriously. I'm hearing like this: Three of Wands upright with the Queen of Cups upright. Sorry to get so stern, Taurus, but like this is just, you have to understand like where you're at with that, what the motive is, and because cross watchers too. Okay, yeah, because it's not appropriate. I hear it again like this. Yeah, Spirit wants this really known, and it's not like, oh, you did that, like shame, like no, but it's more like helpful to you, because that's going to be a drain on your force field if you are trying to like make something mean something that you don't actually even feel, because it's not love if it's manipulation. If you're trying to control somebody, it's not love, if you see what I'm saying. So hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully, yes, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse, Eight of Wands. Yeah. This is for some of you. Okay, again, the Two of Swords in reverse. This is more like, even what it is that is the trouble to the connection. Okay, and I'll also want to mention this here. Tarot is probably not the best sort of route, we'll say, if you are dealing with something when it comes to like even psychological storylines where you're feeling really imbalanced psychologically, and you probably want to talk to someone here who kind of allows you, okay, who allows you, okay, to what were we gonna say? What the hell? Lost our train of thought there. Okay. There needs to be balance psychologically. This is really important. Okay. If it's to the point where you're using energy work or tarot as a means of saying, that something is appropriate when it is like clearly not, again, like we're talking like logically, because those lines, I think I would probably stray from tarot. It's probably not the best time. Okay. Yeah. It's probably not the best time. Let's clear it. And it's not to be like shunning. It's more to say it's not the most helpful thing for you right now. We've all had a Pluto moment. We've all had a moment where we said, oh my God, no, this person needs to mean this to me. Oh my God, I can't imagine that they're releasing me at this point in time. There is something though there, okay, possibly when it comes to understanding why you want what you want and really asking yourself, is it truly unconditional? Or do I want this because of something that I'm fearing? Okay, so yeah, and there is a question with that. Let's clear it. There's a question, but if there is this sort of like, what I want to say is that the question of psychology must exist within the paradigm of also, I'm hearing groundedness, like in terms of you want to be grounded in the root chakra when you're watching tarot, when you're looking and even looking into, this is my general thought, spirituality. Okay, because it's all as one. I mean, yeah, because you got people come in here like literally asserting, and maybe this is something that and I know readers have experienced this, where it's like people are coming through and like literally asserting that there are twin flames with them, and in a forceful manner, saying like, you don't see it. Oh, I'm your twin flame. Let's clear it. That right there, I'm just sorry to say, is something that you might want to talk to a psychologist about. You might want to work more with, maybe something in terms of psychology and balancing. Yeah, because the crown chakra maybe is just like, all are one, but there is a limit to that because we exist in the third paradigm right now. So, and if you're not, then how can you participate with people? Because imagine that you act like that in 3D. That person is going to have a restraining order on you. So is that twin flameism? It's not. That's something that that's called like, what? And that's inappropriate, right? So there's no reason for why that should be permissible online even, okay, maybe you're talking to somebody online, whatever it is, or on astral, right? Okay, so as above, so below. So if you are so transcendent and you're so into the crown chakra and blah, blah, oh, I see it. You don't see the word twin flames. Then you should see that too, that there must be the mirroring on every plane. Let's clear it and ground. Yeah, you cannot force love. This is what I'm hearing as well. So if you're trying to force it and it's not happening, that's not love. Okay, that's something else. And you should find a grounded method to handle that. Okay. Let's clear on the energy. I didn't even drink this. Yeah. So yeah, it just needs to be called out because I feel a lot of people are hiding in like twin flame world connections, twin flame energies. It's like, it doesn't mean that a twin flame energy frequency is not real, but there can obviously be manipulation in that space manipulation in that space as there can be in any space. Okay. If somebody has an issue with the Pluto, they're going to try and feel powerful. If they feel powerless inherently, they're going to try to feel powerful in any situation they can. They probably, they don't just act like that in this situation, in this context. Let's clear it. So, yeah. Twin flameism is actually, I think, kind of like scary. You have to kind of be careful with that because, I mean, you can read, and Spirit, for whatever reason, wants this message out here. Hopefully it's helpful. It's like, you can read online, like, oh yeah, like usually there's like a huge age difference, or there are these factors. You know, somebody can very easily come through and just kind of like coax you into thinking, or try and be, you know, like, oh, but it's for this. It's like, there should never be that. Yeah. It should never be that. Never. Abusive to your personal mantra, to your personal will, your sense of free will. If you're feeling like somebody is starting to control the way that you see it, that is not a twin flame. That is Pluto through and through, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's not somebody you want to carry, a connection with into the next dimension. That's all. We're talking about ascension here. So you want clarity of the connection. Not like, I don't know who I am anymore. Oh shit. But let's clear it. That's a vampiric energy where you're like, I don't know, like, no. You, when it comes to the twin flame, the dissonance happens so that you can understand one another independently more, in terms of like, let me understand who I really am. Let me understand who I really am. It's, let's clear it on the back in the throat chakra. It's never gonna be. Okay, I know, the dark frequencies and entities are pretty, upset about that, but guess what? It's never gonna be like, oh, I need to lose myself in this. That is fucking dangerous right there. That's not a light worker. And they will lurk. Oh, of course they will lurk. The light workers, okay, reptilian frequencies, and I hate kind of giving that attention, but we're going to have to say it again here. Okay, we're going to have to expose it. Obviously, they realize, they're okay. Obviously, they're going to, first of all, be attracted to light workers. Let's clear it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, obviously, blood and light, but so where are they going to go to find light workers? Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like, so just because you find somebody, even, I'm just hearing this, Spirit wants us out. There's a reason for why things come through. Like, maybe someone here, you meet somebody on like a tarot channel or something. You need to be fucking very serious, okay, with how that energy works. Like, they're coming and telling you shit, like, we're twin flames. Like, I don't know. This is just coming out. Like, this is, like, they're narcissistic energies can be wherever. Just because you meet them on a twin flame channel doesn't mean really anything. I'm hearing it like this. Maybe there are even people who run channels. I don't know. I just don't know. So you just got to be aware. Like, I'm hearing about how you feel. Are you losing yourself? Not your twin flame. Not your twin flame. You will never lose yourself. You will come back into yourself. That's what you'll do. Okay. And if, so I'm seeing somebody who like wants to like just dive right in and like have an immediate connection relationship. It's like, that's the red flag. Okay, that's a red flag. I'm seeing somebody who wants to get like matching tattoos. Let's clear the energy. Yeah, and twin flame is really a synonym for resonance, right? We can say flow. So it extends beyond the paradigm. It's not just like, oh, only on tarot world we have twin flame stuff. Let's clear it. We have it in every moment in life. Where do we find the twin flameism in everything? the relationship that we hold to absolutely everything. It's all mirrored. So it's just about honesty, I think. And yeah, let's go. It's just about being frank. It's about mirroring. It's about the parallelism. Okay. So you can hold a twin flame resonance with almost anything. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. Does it mean that you do not have like certain reflection points that are like real, kind of like strong indicators for you that you are in resonance? I'm hearing like this. King of Pentacles right, King of Wands reverse. Of course not, right? Okay, like there are obviously, just as you have very strong twin flames, I'm hearing that. Soulmates, right? There are certain, but can you have a twin flame connection with a rock? I'm hearing that. Yeah, sure you can. I'm hearing it like this. You take it as you will. It's coming through. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of the energy, because it's an energy of reflection in you. So you can actually extend that twin flame energy to anything. And I'm hearing anyone. Interesting. It's very interesting. I'm hearing it in this way. Okay, but to get back to it. So it's kind of like saying, well, what is the opposite of twin flame, right? We can say like vampiric, narcissistic energies, and that can exist anywhere. You can see that at work. You can be working for a Fortune 500 company. Nobody talks about tarot. Nobody has a single crystal out. Okay, but you see the twin flame energies at play. Okay, of the divine order. I hear that as well. Of love and compassion for all beings in all energy forms. Or you can see the narcissistic energies. It's like very kind of much like that. Let's go. I feel like the twin flame, the so-called twin flame, or who you feel to be a very strong soulmate, is more just like the active receptive point. But the point really is the energy that you embody, right? And that's why it's such a strong connection. That's why it's something that is so powerful, something that we kind of like aspire towards, right? So-called find our twin flame. But it's not about that thing. It's about the energy that then you embody and that you then extend and you radiate out to all beings on planet Earth at this time. So there is, and in other dimensions, let's call it. So you have to be ready to have that experience as well. And that's the truly unconditional form, right? So if somebody, like, let's say you're in a connection, so-called, and you both are like, we're star-crossed lovers, we have to be together, but like you're feeling completely drained in the connection, how in the world is that a twin flame connection? If you're because all are one, right? So if your energy field is diminishing, you are not helping the collective ascension process by doing that, by being in that situation where you realize you're not being satisfied truly on every chakric level. In the heart, let's clear it. I know that's super triggering. Let's clear it all through the chakra system, down in the root, up through the crown, and back down. There's something that, so it's like, let's clear it. A very strong physical connection does not necessarily mean that it is like a very strong psychic connection. I hear it like that as well, take as you will. So that's where you want to do, like, really, you want to make sure that you're understanding the connection. You're understanding what's pulling you there. Astrology can be indispensable as a tool for you in that. Okay, understanding like why you're with this person. Is it a Pluto energy? You want to know. You definitely want to know if it's a Pluto energy. And so Pluto making any contacts to any of the especially personal planets, very sensitive parts of your birth chart. For example, the moon, the IC. Yeah. So take it as you will. Now, some of you here were in a confusing situation with somebody. I'm going to have to paint the picture here. Let's clear it. I see someone who, some of you have stopped talking to this person. Yeah. I don't want to bring this up again, but the Pisces reading, I'm feeling that here coming through. You stopped talking to this person. They may still be in your energy field for some. And they maybe think that you're still twin flames. You have to say it clearly. Directly, hey, I'm ending this contract. I hear it like this. You don't have to go up to them. It's on a vibrational level with the intention, okay? You have to understand where you have still permitted them to live in yes, let's clear it. I know this is like really hard for some. You have to understand where you still allow them to remain in your energy field, because it's going to be an attachment. And they're going to still be living in your experience in some sense. Now, it doesn't mean don't hold love, don't hold compassion, but I see that there's something here that maybe you don't realize is still at play. And it's not really something that you really actively want should you really understand what exactly that connection still means, maybe to them. Let's clear it. To both. For some of you, this is an object you're still holding. I don't know. Okay, but one second, let's clear it. For some of you, no, like I feel like you want to maybe move into the space in the auric body. This is something very maybe abstract to some, but you want to kind of really meditate, move into the part of the body where you feel their energy still, and kind of dislodge it. This is really important with the Hermit of Bright. They may have actually moved on. I hear it like this. They may have passed on. Let's clear it. Let's clear the energy again. Yes. This is, yes. Through and through. King of Wands in reverse. For some of you, this is reminding me of the energies. Maybe it's even an experience. What I would do is I would look into, we actually hold memory. We hold memory in the body, our cells. It's almost like imprinted. You can see experiences in people's auras. You can see energy in people's auras, right? I would look into this. It's called samskara, and that's where we hold sort of like so-called scars in the auric body. It's very interesting. I would definitely look into it if you're wanting to heal something here when it comes to an experience from the past. You don't need to go to this person and resolve the energy in that way, because again, we're acknowledging that it's energy. It's in an energetic form first. There is something here that maybe you did move on from, but you didn't quite clear. I hear it like that. And we're not, and many times people ask, well, how do you clear cords? Like, how do you clear the energy? You have to understand it, like, fully, which means you have to understand you and where that experience remains and sits in the wholeness of you. Okay, to say, well, he was an ex-boyfriend, or he was this and that. It's like, was he really those things? What was his experience really triggering for you? And where does that experience still remain? Let's clear it around. Yeah, and this is not easy, but this is what is coming through. And we are in an eclipse season, Taurus. You have the capacity to do tremendous healing, okay, and growth here when it comes to clearing Akashic energies. I hear that as well, in the sense of saying, like, you're not going to also be tolerating certain experiences from the past, and Spirit wants you to clear those things really, truly before we move into the next cycle and stage. To be intentional, to identify where others' energy might still be lingering and might still be in your space. It doesn't make them bad, right? It's not like you shouldn't feel bad if you're removing their energy signature. Okay. It's not. And this is, let's clear it. And that's where we get sentimental in 3D and human form, because then we feel like, oh, I'm letting go of this person. You're not. If anything, it's kind of like ultimate appreciation to say, I accept you unconditionally, not with the conditional experience of you still being attached. I hear it like that. Ooh, very interesting. True transcendence is the release, right? Where we say, you exist, I exist, all are one. What is this? This is the karmic, right? The karmic energy when something is imprinted and we don't want to release it. That's the karmic energy. You see what I'm saying? Let's clear it. Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah. So it can be a passive energy. Maybe you want to do some passive regression. Easier said than done. It's obviously something that, is, let's clear it. Yeah, this is something that you have to be ready for as well. I mean, nobody can tell you. This can even be a parent. Let's clear it in the navel. I feel this pressure. I would love to give a unanimous suggestion for cord cutting, but everyone is at, I guess, a different, point. And I would say even meditation, but, sometimes if you're, okay, let me say it like this. If you are, meditation can be kind of, okay, if you are somebody who's very, very, your chakras and the upper levels are very open, like in your crown chakra, maybe meditation isn't really the best thing at that time. There could be different things. So you have to understand it, though. You have to understand it, okay, like what it is that, and that is it. What it boils down to is flow. And so this is something that you got to work with on your own, I think, on a one-on-one basis, because you can move in so many ways with this and try to, because there are many ways. Some people may use binaural beats. Some people may do pranic energy flow, breathing exercises. It's like, it's not what it is. Okay, because it's unanimous. It's the language of love. It's very simple. It's I love me. I hear it like this, right? But everybody has a different language, right? Just as we have literally different languages in the world. So it's like I can't really tell you like, oh, you need to speak German. You need to speak French, because it's if that makes sense. Like everybody has their way of connecting to themselves, if that makes sense. So it's a vulnerable process, and it's something that is kind of you have to listen. I hear that. You have to hear yourself. Three of Pentacles. You have to be one with yourself. You have to be willing. And it's kind of like, what is the phrase? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Yeah, it's like when we don't understand maybe how we want to achieve a certain means, sometimes we're still resisting the thought of it, if that makes sense. Like, I want to do this. Like, how do I just do it? Something like this. But this is obviously not like, obviously you're not consciously resisting it. You're obviously not consciously resisting it, but it's more the subconscious. Okay. Like, where am I in this process, okay, of experiencing the readiness? Ooh. Yeah. And it's in the sense of saying, like, you don't have to rush this, okay? Yes, you don't have to rush this. When it is right, it's not like, oh my God, hurry, Taurans. You have to clear your karma. It's like, well, but this is not it's not like in that sense, It's more like, and the readings are meant to sort of confirm your reality, not to be like, Taurus, you have to watch out for this. It's more like, something that you will feel. It's kind of like coaching your own intuition, like forward. Like, for example, I've noticed that there are things that will come up. Okay. There are things that maybe will come up in readings, and then I'll experience something in 3D, and the reading will jog the energy of what is actually happening in 3D. So there is something of maybe like a process here that is already going through. So it's a matter of how you are connecting your crown chakra to your throat chakra. I hear this. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, I know this might be a bit abstract, okay, but hopefully it's making sense. Yeah. So it's exciting with the High Priestess of Bright and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Taurus, I feel like this is about matter of bravery. But when I was meditating on energy, I was also getting that there is something here that is very exciting, but there's something specific that you want to move through before you fully move into this exciting experience, is what I'm hearing. It reminds me, it echoes in the chamber of the Aquarius reading. I haven't done Aquarius yet. It's Sagittarius reading. So yeah, it echoes in the chamber of the Sagittarius reading. Feel free to go check that video out. Again, I'm going to put these links at the end, hopefully, or in the bio box if not. For some of you, or you could just find them all on the channel playlist. With the High Priestess of Bright, there is something here though. Yeah, you want to be ready to feel what you feel. I hear it like this. Yeah, and when it's like, we've all had those moments of like epiphany, right? Where all of a sudden it's like, I'm ready to do this, sometimes, and this is where you want to maybe work with your guides. We'll be patient, definitely with the process as well. Don't get upset at yourself if you feel like frustrated. Like your guides, sometimes you're not ready to have a certain experience when it comes to you. Like, not that you're not ready, but it's you with your higher self. It's like the syllabus. We still have to check some other things off. Let's clear it. On you, your higher self is always there in a way, right? It's like it's always there. Yes, your higher self is always there. It's aware of where you're at, but you get frustrated when, in human form, how you understand this dimension. So, but you will know when the time is. I hear that like this. I'm hearing you will release it when you need to. That's what I'm hearing as well. But it's, yeah. So you take it as you will, Taurus. Love and light. Let's clear it. Yeah, you will be ready when you know you are. Wow. Okay, so look, it's not a matter of time, so don't freak out like, how do I do this now? Or how will I do this? It's not about this, because, yeah, it's coming from within you. And, there's something here of a process that is not understood logically, like in the sense of saying, this is related to the whole collective experience of ascension. So it's kind of like, okay, I may be ready on the higher planes. It's like, imagine like an airplane circling, they want to land. They're ready to land. They finish their trip. They finish the journey, but they're not going to land until they know where to land, if that makes sense. But that depends on many other factors, like other airplanes, what I'm saying. So let's clear the energy. Some of you here have other karmic connections to work with as well. Yeah. Let's clear it. 10 of Cups upright, or somebody else does. Chariot reverse. Okay. So maybe yeah. when you want to dislodge experiences, it's a matter, I think, of remaining authentic with yourself through the whole process of saying, I do feel this, and I don't feel that really. Okay, like sometimes we want to kind of say that's what that experience was. Okay, and to heal from it, I have to say that that's what happened there, and that I'm releasing it for these reasons. That's why sometimes we think we've moved on from things, but we haven't. So I think part of this is kind of saying, with honesty, where you feel you're at, saying honestly to yourself where you feel you're at in the healing journey. Do I feel like I'm really over it yet? So it's a little bit ironic even, right? Where we say, at least I'm just being honest with myself, right? It's like, I don't think I've quite healed this yet. I don't know quite yet what it is that I'm holding on to with this person, but at least I'm active in that storyline of accessing my higher self. I hear that. Maybe, yeah, like on the whole, I would say meditation can be quite helpful on the whole, but I really don't want to make a generalization. I don't want to make a generalization because everybody is different and meditation holds different forms, right? So with the chair in reverse and the 10 of cups upright, it's like, it's a matter of just kind of like getting in touch with the energy body. This is important. Let's clear it. Let's clear it. Hopefully this is helpful. Oh yeah, if this is something physical, you should definitely talk to your practitioner, your health, your doctor, however it is. But yeah, and like I said, like meditation may not be the best, right? Let's clear it. Clear it. You want to be, So for some of you, there might be certain things you want to clear physically before you move into something more energetic, because the physical body, you can also purge emotion via the physical body. But again, you want to work with a personal practitioner before you work on any kind of detox regimen. For some of you here with the 6 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, like for example, a naturopath, alternative medicine practitioner, for example, you want to make sure that you're following your intuition with the healing process, because that's what it is. It's the intuition. It's not like, okay, this person, it's not like a logical thing. How do I release like from karmic attachments? I think it's less of this. Yeah, let's clear it. I'm getting that it's less of this. It's more of, what do I feel? You know what I'm saying? And how can we have a unanimous answer to that? Hence the karma, hence the understanding. These 3 swords and this heart is different for everybody in every scenario. Like, you cannot say that somebody heals from the same karma as somebody else. You cannot say that somebody feels a certain way and that it is the same as how another feels in that situation. Everyone's karma is different. So it would be really unfair, like really for me or anybody to say, oh, like this is exactly how you're going to do it, right? I mean, in a sense, possibly. Maybe that's not true. But at least you try to understand how it is true for you, how it means what for you. So it's about how that experience, you have to trace the experience, how that happened. The 3 swords of right. It's not it itself. Like, you cannot say, I want to find like the bullet in the body. It's like, I have to understand like where it's at, because I'm seeing something that has, like, I'm seeing even a thorn. Let's clear the energy. Yeah. I'm seeing a thorn in like that has gone through the flesh, but then it got covered up with like fresh skin. Let's clear it. It's like, it's not about like the thing, because do you see the thorn? Technically, you don't see the thorn. You have to understand like where first. You have to literally trace it. Let me find where the skin grew over. You see what I'm saying? It's a process. It's not the objectification of the trauma. I hear like this as well, so called, right? We talked about this in the warning video. Let's clear it. Yeah. So, and that may be passive regression for some. Yeah. See, that's where I want to be careful with like, okay, it's meditation or it's this or it's that, binaural beats or it's this or that. This might be something you have to follow yourself in the healing process and say, you know what, how deep do I want to go with this? How deep is this? You see what I'm saying? Maybe something that's related even to a movie you watched. For some, it might be a past life energy. You see what I'm saying? So you want to understand, and that you got to be vulnerable with that. You got to be ready for that. Maybe you want to do something more privately. Maybe you want to work with a practitioner on something, for example. The Wheel of Fortune upright with the Justice card upright, Judgment. Like maybe you want to work with a hypnotherapist. Maybe you don't. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's you. It's your karmic experience. It's your karmic connection. So, what what I'm hearing is don't fight the process. Like if you feel like, well, I don't see it yet, I don't understand yet. That's okay. It's not about that. It's like you're gonna be there, right? When you want to be there. So just as we can't force emotions and feelings, we cannot force healing. How we have understood how we felt, how we've held emotion in the past. So the King Cups upright and the Wheel of Fortune upright. For some of you, this is not your energy. This is possibly someone else's energy. So you want to kind of question and ask yourself, just as you would maybe like a child, let's say like a kid comes home from school and they're crying. It's like, are you going to be like, it's time to feel better? Like, you're going to be like, hey, what happened? Right? You have to ask those questions of yourself and to be patient with those answers. When is your inner child ready to communicate with you what is going on, right? And it's not like you're holding something from yourself, but it's more like, are you here to experience it like this? I hear it like that. Ooh, yeah. So let's clear it. I'm hearing technology. I don't know. Yeah. The Magician upright, Temperance upright. This is healing the consciousness, right? Of our connection to source. It's not like, oh, I'm like pained. You're not. Yeah. You're always who you've been. But there are energies that we manifest here in this dimension to understand how it is that we commit to that passion. Yeah. Sometimes we take on certain ego identities that conflict, right? Us with that knowingness. Hence why we're here. Earth is like very dense. It's a very dense plane. This is why many light workers, they have trouble on Earth, because they feel like they can feel very sad here, very depressed here. Like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? I know that there's so much more to life. Like, why have I sort of fell into this, it's clear. Why have I sort of but it's the drive to transcend the will, to want these experiences karmically, from which we learn, to clear. Not that there is anything there, right? It's like, is your 3D flesh human body like your connection to source? Let's clear it. It is the manifestation by way of your connection to source. But it's not the origin point. It's an extension of how you choose to experience this dimension. So, whoa, let's clear it, Taurus. Hi. Whoa, Taurus. Yo, bro. Let's clear it and ground. So this is like a lot of energy. And I mean, obviously this is an eclipse. Let's clear the energy and ground. Some of you, you're ready to experience something really deep here. And I think you're starting to release like what you thought you wanted out of relationships, what you thought was real in relationships. Okay. A lot of these constructed ideals and images in your head, like love and light, or vice versa. Maybe for a cross-watcher, like maybe there's a moment where you realize, like, I realize I'm literally looking at social media way too much, for example, and it's affecting the way that I see, like, my sister-in-law. I don't know what that's only to. Take it as you will. Well, love exists in all forms, right? Yeah. Some of you here want something more with somebody. I hear that as well. But you realize you have to transcend certain things, but you have to be ready to do so. And let's clear it. The hardest part is saying, I know that I'm not ready to know yet. I hear that. Hence, maybe somebody walked away from an experience in a certain way that they really felt that they wanted to remain in. I hear that song by Rascal Flatts. What hurts the most? What's the song? Is being so close. I haven't heard that song for years. Rascal Flatts. What hurts the most? It's clear. I can take the rain on the roof of this empty house. I can take the rain on the roof of this empty house. Oh man, that don't bother me. I can take a few tears now and then and just let them out. I'm not afraid to cry. I really have not heard this in a long time. Oh, Rascal Flatts. Is that what I said? Okay. Either way. Okay. I'm not afraid to cry, but yeah. There are days every now and then, now and again, I pretend I'm okay, but that's not what gets me. What hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say and watching you walk away and never knowing Okay. Yeah. What could have been, and not seeing the love in you. Not seeing the love in you. You see that right there? That is what we're talking about. It's like ironic. It's like, I know I don't see it yet. It's like, as my human archetype, we're not talking somebody else doesn't see it. We're talking you don't see it with yourself, if that makes sense. I just want to make that so clear because I just don't, yeah. It's not like Charlotte has no idea she's my twin flame. She's telling me to like buzz off. Okay? She just doesn't see it yet. No. Let's clear it. You guys, love and light. We really have to make a distinction. We have to clear those energies. Yeah. And we really, really have to make a point of that because for some of you, I mean, if those who are very sensitive on energy planes, you can feel when somebody's trying to push themselves on you astrally. And it's like, ew, it's not attractive. It doesn't make you want to come any closer. No, 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 honey, no, 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 no. So, yeah. Yeah, this is for some. Yeah. And maybe it's in the sense of saying even like, well, how do we say this? Like maybe you're holding on to a connection, like you don't want to hurt their feelings, and like, but then you're realizing that it's encroaching on your astral space. I hear it like that. I see people have like cubicles on astral. It's like someone keeps knocking at your fucking cubicle. Like, hello, stop. I hear it like this. Let's clear it. It's not going to make me like want you. It's like, no, I'm sorry. And that it's not because there isn't an all-knowingness of one love, but it is like it's that I don't want the forceful energies of your ego enterprise message. I just don't want to be with your ego. I'm sorry. Let's clear it. And they have the right to, yeah, to say no to energies that are primarily karmic. I hear primordial. Let's clear it. Primarily karmic. So you got to know the distinction between like a karmic impulse. Yeah. We have to be together. You're the one. You don't see it. This is the karmic, okay? Energy. That is where we get into trouble, even with ourselves. And anybody can really at certain points in time, right? Yeah. And I'm just seeing different degrees though. Like maybe I'm biased. I've had many experiences here as being a tarot reader on the channel, but feel free to share. You know, do you guys experience this? Like, I know many tarot readers experience this. Like, people who come through, like, with fucking, like, emails upon emails of, like, they're trying to bind you together. It's like, oh, no, sir. No, ho, no, no, ho, no, no. Let's clear it. Ho, ho, ho. Christmas is around the corner. I'm not going to be your little gift. Let's clear it. Even on Astro. Oh, it's just like, yeah. Let's clear it. So yeah, it's kind of like embarrassing even. It's like, I see you. I kind of, yeah, I don't know. I see you and I know what's going on. So let's go. And like, I'm talking like, it can happen in so many different ways, but like I know there are many tarot readers who are even like, they're technically masculine archetypes and they get this energy. They get this all the time. Like I was hearing, like, yeah, they're practically having to rant, about this. So I think it's about just being assertive with the frequencies and the energies and saying, I'm not receptive. Yeah. So, but the irony is that with empaths do feel that, and it's not attractive. It's like, to say in the way like the empath like sees it go, they yeah, wow, I'm seeing like a dropping light, like a halo energy, like a swirl. Obviously they're, yeah, it's like they can feel it. I see like it very clearly, like people working in their cubicles on astral. It's like, I can see you walking in the hallway. It's like I'm hearing it like this, you know? Like, and they know that too. This is the awkward thing. Let's clear the energy. Oh my God, down the left side of the body. So, yeah. And that's where it gets like very weird because it's super disrespectful as well. I mean, that's obvious. Like, it's obviously disrespectful to the tarot reader and the energy worker, the energy healer. Okay? Whatever it is. If you think someone is your twin flame because they are like your Reiki, oh my God, I don't even know. Like, I cannot even imagine being in person. Love and light, love and light. And if you are a healer, hands-on healer, maybe even a masseuse, I would be really careful because people may kind of like feel like, oh my God, like she touched me, we're in a relationship. It's like you're maybe a masseuse, or maybe you are like an energy worker. You know what I'm saying? An energy healer. Reiki, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Stacy, thank you. Thank you so much. Aw, love and light. Thank you for that. Very sweet. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you so much for your connection. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But that's also where there is really, yeah. Yeah. This is like kind of, I guess, all that we have to say about that, you know? Like, yeah. Even if they have, let's say, yeah. I mean, if it's a predatory thing, you must be very careful. This is online because you can find all kinds of like love and light, but like, okay, you can find, yeah, people who are, yeah, I remember you. It's like, oh my God, please. Okay. I mean, if a tarot reader hasn't heard that, let's clear it. Some of them want to use you. Yeah. Some of them want to be used by you. Yeah, let's clear it. let's clear it. Take that back. They don't want that. That's their entity frequencies. So I think at a certain point, like, you have to kind of stop engaging with people as like humans, kind of. You have to say you're a frequency. You got some attachments. You're kind of filtering what you really want through the lens of someone else. I'm going to point it out. I realize that, and we got to go on our separate ways. Like, and this is very hard sometimes because for whatever reason, spirit wants this message out. Like, you might actually be like interacting with them financially. I hear that. Maybe even psychically, I'm hearing that. Spiritually, maybe they're a client. Even I hear that. And it's getting weird. Like, and there's money involved, and like, yeah, I mean, I had like people threaten me because I wanted to end the service because I said, I feel that you have an intention here. And they were like, I'm gonna sue you. Oh, let's clear it. Let's clear it. Yuck. Let's clear that energy. And they would like proceed to send like love songs and letters, love and light, but like, no, let's clear the energy. So yeah, this is for some of you. Like, also just be really aware of somebody's intention. Like, if you got a weird vibe, and this is hard because I don't know, it's not inherently hard, but like, if you have a client, you feel something's a little fishy here, it's a little bit, something is up here, no, like, there might be something weird, like very, very weird going on where they think you're in a relationship. This is for some. I don't know. This is such a specific message. Let's clear. How many people are readers here in the chat, or you feel that this is your message? Like, do you know what this is referring to? Let's clear it and ground. Yeah. Oh, that's exactly right, Christina. Says you will have clients that have a sense of entitlement and they force that energy. It is most definitely, yeah. It's even just like in the back of their mind. Like, I think you should be very careful or wary with who you transact with when it comes to especially anything, your boundaries, like just in general. Make sure that you're in alignment with it. Make sure that it's something that you're feeling, you want to do. Okay. Because, yeah, I think it's, yeah, maybe spirit wants you more discerning with who you invite, maybe even into your home. Maybe you have like a personal practice in your home. You want to really be very aware of that, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Let's clear it. If you're feeling, oh, no, yeah. So there's something here, like maybe you want to even limit your services. Maybe it's more like quality. Let's clear it. Yeah, so anyways, Taurus, thank you guys for tuning in. Love and light. Let's clear the energy ground. Definitely boundaries here. is a theme. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely full moon. Any other notes here? Let's clear it. Yeah, you want to have boundaries. Definitely don't carry the karma of others through your work. I hear that as well. We'll see you in the next readings. Bye, guys. Love and light. See you. Bye.